Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Federico Talks Watches. Today, I'm going to once again answer some of your questions, such as, what do I think of Lauron Fier, and is this Chinese watchmaker actually offering a ton of bang per buck? All this and more in today's episode, but of course, before we get started, customary wristwatch check. Today, I'm wearing my Piaget Polo 45 Flyback Chronograph GMT, my titanium sports watch, absolutely loving it. And also, guys, don't forget to check out delraywatch.com. We got a bunch of cool watches in stock recently, including a Cartier Santos Blue Dial, box papers, mint condition, best price in the United States. We also got in a Rolex Sky Dweller on Oyster Blue Dial. Don't get these very often. And guess what? Also cheapest in the United States. And a very cool box and papers Breguet Type 20 with the OG strap, one of the most underrated chronographs of all time. All at delraywatch.com, the best place for a watch geek to buy a watch. Link in the description below. Anyway, guys, you know the drill. These are the questions you ask me on my Instagram account at Federico Talks Watches. Few times a month, a Q&A picture pops up. You can ask your question there. When I get enough questions, I take the picture down. Please do not DM me. I do not check them. And also, before we get started, I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. This will be the last video until after Thanksgiving, as I will be traveling to visit family. We start with Mr. Kian Hassani, and he says, "Hey Fed, any opinions on Lauron Fier? These watches are gorgeous, but I've heard some unflattering stuff about the brand." Well, Mr. Hassani, I really like Lauron Fier, though I will tell you right off the bat, I haven't had a ton of experience with them. I've sold 3 or 4, and I've probably held another 10 or 15. I think they're gorgeous. It's a very high-end independent watchmaker, very small production. I love their styling. I love their movements. I don't have anything bad to say about them, so I don't know what you're referring to by unflattering, but I do know the watch company went through a tumultuous time financially a few years ago, and a bunch of their stuff was gray marketed. I know because I bought a few of the pieces myself for sale, but nowadays they seem to have cleaned that up, and the company is definitely on the rise. Quality is fantastic, look is fantastic, and it's true small batch haute horlogerie. So I love them. That's my opinion. El Danny Martinez, how do you feel about the brand Seagull, the Chinese watchmaker? Seagull is an interesting brand because, yes, they're Chinese. They're extremely cheap. A lot of their pieces are 100 to 200 bucks, and they're fully in-house. And they're usually mechanical and with complications. I think they're handsome. I think they look pretty good. I think for the price, you can't go wrong. However, there have been some QC issues, particularly with the most complicated of pieces, like the tourbillon. Now, I don't know what Seagull's customer service is like. I imagine it's tough to send a watch for warranty work to China. And if you ever had to service the watch yourself locally, it would cost you more than you probably bought the watch for. But they're offering some very interesting horology for not a lot of money. Yes, the case finishing is rudimentary. Yes, the movements look pretty from afar, but up close, you see some oil marks sometimes, and the decoration's not the best. But what can you expect for the price point? For the price point, though, as I said, I think some very cool watchmaking, though I don't know if they're the most reliable watches on earth. V Mule, do you think the new IWC Engineer is overpriced? Do you think they're making it hard to find as a strategy to make it more desirable? Yes, I think it's massively overpriced, even though I think it's beautiful. I love the vintage inspiration, but it's easily 30% overpriced, and they're definitely making it hard to find on purpose. I think there is demand for the watch. It was received well, even though people hated the price, but I don't think it's selling out like hotcakes. I think they are artificially inflating the scarcity of the watch on purpose as like a marketing ploy. But a lot of brands do that, so I'm not going to fault IWC necessarily for that. But yeah, you've got it all right. It is overpriced, though I do think it's a great watch, and I do think making it hard to find is definitely a strategy to make it more desirable. Abting Bigdoli says, "Hey Fed, love aventurine dials. What other stone dials have life in different lights?" So stone dials are massively underused. My favorite, I would say, apart from aventurine, is lapis. Now, lapis doesn't have as much sparkle as aventurine, or at all, but it does change color sometimes in light, and the veins running through it are also very interesting. And another watch that has a lot of life in the light is Tiger Eye dials. Though these are very uncommon, it seems the watch industry has fallen in love with aventurine lately. That is a stone dial that was never used and now is being used more and more, but there's not many options for other dials when it comes to stone unless you go vintage. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Really does help. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any more content. And of course, I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.